Now, as the bell sounds, we look in on two masked men, each of them with considerable reputation. You will recognize the proud figure of Mil Mascaras, but as he is slammed down to the canvas, you see him instantly respond with a quick reversal, and he is pushed into the corner by his opponent, who is the masked superstar, a giant. You can bet your boots on that. He's a big man, and the word superstar is preceded by the word mask to distinguish him from the gentleman in wrestling who is known as the superstar, Billy Graham. The word superstar, of course, is not exactly the property of any one individual. It's sort of a recognition that many people earn, and they earn the hard way. So the masked superstar rising, and we notice a profusion of masked men in wrestling lately. In Mexico, masked wrestlers are everywhere, and some of them are some fantastic characters who reach back into the ancient history of Mexico itself for their garb and for their titles, and there it's a move that reaches back into Mexico's wrestling history as well. Mil Mascaras reversed those hands the hard way by turning his body completely around. Standing arm lock as he now switches because he felt that he was losing the other hold. Hard to hold a huge man like the superstar in a hand grip because he himself has powerful hands. Close to the canvas, Mil Mascaras, Japanese arm lock, using it on the masked superstar, bearing in on there, keeping him close, and as he rises, those stars all seem to scintillate, and Mascaras finds himself whipped across that ring, but he's quick. He's prepared for an arm drag, and right after that same left arm, he switches around to clamp the hold on it and to hang on to it tight, real tight. Arm stretch, Mascaras doing the pulling, trying to keep balanced on the masked superstar. Now, this man is not to be confused with the masked destroyer who came in here to the rescue of Grand Marcus in a previous match tonight. He not only, the masked Super D is the man who has made his reputation up along the East Coast, tremendous following there, and he joins with Grand Marcus next Friday night to step in against Tito Santana and Dusty Rhodes in one of the top events here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. Kamala will return to bang heads with Hacksaw Duggan. And there's a lot of animosity and a lot of feeling wrapped up into that match because of Skandar Akbar, who was divested of his clothing recently by Hacksaw Duggan. There's that swift move again. And as he made the turn, he rolled around to capture that arm and pour it up behind the back of the masked superstar. Hammerlock is the hold. Mil Mascaras is a man who can pour it on there, and does. He's got the strength and the power to hang on to it and hang on to it steadily. There's the grip. And as it is pulled up behind Superstar's back, you see him break. Now he starts using that power of his, but he couldn't clobber him. There again, Mil Mascaras comes in, takes that arm, misses his goal for the wing lock, and has an arm bar. And there is the mark of a guy who really knows what he's doing in there. So, Mil Mascaras keeps that arm straight, you know. That's not the hold he had a while ago. He's got the bar right at the elbow of the arm. 5-minute mark has been reached in this match as the masked superstar starts to squirm around to get into position. The referee inquiring whether he wants to quit or not. Nimble move by Mascaras, but he wasn't about to rush in there. And the fans here who appreciate a good defensive move to see him put on the brakes and confuse the masked superstar. Mil Mascaras going that time for a full Nelson, and the big man was just a little bit too big for that particular hold to work itself. And there it comes, Mil Mascaras again, and again that same move. And the man in the mask has not been able to put a stop to the moves of Mascaras. Mascaras has made that same move about 4 times in this match and come up with a hammerlock each time that he has moved. Man down. Now rising, half being pulled up because Mil Mascaras is anxious to put the pressure on that hold. He's still got a hammerlock. Wrestling, we would say he's holding it double wrist lock fashion in order to hang on to it tight. And there's Mil in there. Whoa, he comes flying through the air and took him down. Close to the ropes on the far side, but the ropes didn't stop it. Now, Mil is in behind him quickly, grabbing those arms. Surfboard hold. And he's got both those arms pulled back there far, and he comes around to try to clasp his legs around the neck of the masked superstar. I enjoyed seeing him start to make that move. His legs aren't long enough. It's a hold I used to use so frequently that it was a pleasure to see somebody else using it and know that it hasn't been forgotten. Mil Mascaras doing the squirming, Mil Mascaras doing the escaping, and the masked superstar trying to bail him down. When you speak of masked superstars, Mil Mascaras falls into that category, even though that is not his wrestling name. Ooh, how he drives up there. He comes in there to try to punish Mil Mascaras in an area that will slow him down. And Mil is capable of making these moves and making them fast, and slowing them down is one of the prerequisites to winning a match against him. And through the ropes onto the concrete floor here at the Coliseum, and the masked superstar gets around to try to hit him feet first, right square in the head. So Mil moves around, does a little thinking on the way, plans his strategy for getting back in, runs into trouble, and catches punishment. Give and take, big man, and the big man on the inside is trying to pull the big man from the outside in. And now, as they start to go after it, superstar comes to grips and catches it in the nose. Sharp foot going out there. And the give and the take. Takedown. And Mil Mascaras makes that characteristic move as he squirms around from underneath. Again, the big masked superstar trying to belt down his shorter but non-powerful opponent. Oops. And there goes the referee as Mil Mascaras rises to the top and comes off the top rope and hits him, and there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And Mil Mascaras has his hand raised in victory. So Mil Mascaras comes flying off that top rope. And that winner heads for the dressing room.